If you're a potter, this might be one of the most important things you can ever understand about pottery. It's going to make you a better artist. It's going to make you just way better at your craft. One of the most important pieces of advice I think you can ever get. I guarantee you, if you don't know this, it is going to make you 100 times better. One simple thing, just listen. Here we go. It's just clay. It's just clay. That's it. It's just clay. That's it. It's just clay. I mean, honestly, you're like, Josh, that's really not that big a deal. Listen, okay? Just let me explain, okay? All right, welcome everybody. I'm Josh. This is Bearded Pottery. We are going to talk about something that's going to change your game today. But first, what am I doing? I'm sitting here looking at this kiln. We are way behind on this order going out. First look, it's like the bride. Here it comes. Ooh, that's hot. That new Shino was a little thin. It is okay, because this is super equivalent to what I'm talking about today of, you know, this glaze didn't come out like I thought it would, and I have a whole bunch of stuff in here that's for an order. That could be a big deal. But you know what? It's just clay. It's gonna happen. Wait for this. Yeah. Okay, so what does "it's just clay" even mean? Well, children, pull up a chair. Let's talk about it. It's just clay. So when I was learning, that was like an insanely offensive statement to me, because I was like, no, I spent so much time on this. You don't understand how much this piece means to me. Clearly, otherwise you wouldn't be saying that. But the truth is, he was right. And it changed everything. It's just clay. Like, if you were to take it and put it back into water before you fire it, it just turns back into mush, to goop, to clay, and then you can rethrow it. But I think this is one of the biggest struggles, especially for new potters, is you spend all this time. You just spend all this time crafting something, and you're like, no, I've put a lot of hard work into this. This is really nice. But is it though? You know, is it really that nice? Or is it just that you spend a lot of time on it? Valid question. I mean, doesn't mean, you know, that just because it's not perfect that you shouldn't care about it. Because when we get caught up on, oh man, I've spent so much time on this, we lose the ability to be objective about it. It might suck. Who cares if you spent 3 days working on it? It sucks. Like, you gotta be able to move on. I've got all sorts of stuff that I've just had to scrap. And yeah, I mean, sometimes you gotta call it. Nope, this ain't it. Let's go. We done. Things are gonna break. Things aren't gonna come out as like you hope. Things are gonna blow up in the kiln. Glazes are gonna run off the piece. There's so many things that can happen. And let's be honest, who are we kidding? Like, the materials aren't that expensive. You know, you're like, okay, you know, this sucks. I've got a lot of time in here, but it's not a ton of money. It's not like these pieces cost you $50 to make. There's so many mistakes that are going to happen. There's so many things that are going to happen. There's so many pieces. I mean, I dropped stuff all the time. I break stuff all the time. But yeah, just get into your mind, you know, it's okay. It's just clay. Learn to say that. Learn to say that. It'll change your life. Hey, it's all right. It's just clay. It'll kind of confuse people, because they might be like, it's just clay, but your mugs are almost $50. So please tell me how that's just clay, because this just money is a lot of money. But anyways, things are going to break, you know, stuff gets destroyed, things blow up in the kiln. It's not going to always go well. You know, if you haven't experienced that, well, welcome to the craft. It's kind of a disaster half the time. I mean, I had this order over here. I mean, I broke 2 of these mugs that were supposed to be going out on an order. But I knew this secret. It's just clay, man. It's just clay. We've all got stuff like this, just completely broken. This one, glaze ran, stuck to the shelf. I mean, stuff happens. You know, I could go on a long tour around the studio and show you all the casualties I have. But we're not gonna do that. That's not today's episode. As an artist, one of the things that we have to remember is our mental state matters, man. I mean, I don't know about you, but when I'm not in the mood to create, I'm not creating well. I gotta be in the right mood to create. It's just a thing. I think most artists are this way. But thought somebody was breaking in. The alternative is true too. Like, our minds have to be right. Like, our mental health has to be good. And if you can't get over the fact that this is just clay and things are going to break, that can trip you up. That'll slow you down real quick when you're like, oh man, look, this sucks. Oh man, I just knocked this over. I'm going to go cry about it. Don't be crying over no spilt milk now. Don't cry over broken pottery. It's all going to break. It's just clay, you know? Who cares? From dust to dust. From dust you are made, and to dust you shall return. But seriously, our mental state is huge. Learning to accept the fact that it's just clay and things are going to break is going to change everything for you. I promise. Yeah. So, protect your mental health. It's a big thing. If your mind's not in the right spot, like, you can't create. You can't create well. You might be able to get by, but you're not going to create that stuff that's like, man, that's awesome. I pull out pieces out of the kit and I'm like, yo, this is sick. I'm like, what was I doing when I made this? Because that is awesome. Check this out. It's like the berry bowl's like got shooting star effect on it. Look at that. Even did it on the inside. How freaking sick is that, huh? Woo! That's freaking sick. So yeah, that's exciting. Very exciting news, that is. Also, I don't know if you could tell in there, but I've got a whole bunch of stuff coming out. Boom. Look at that. Yeah. Got an Oktoberfest. Probably going to do a video in there. I'm going to set up a booth. If anybody's interested, if you have any questions on what it's like to set up for an art fair or an art show, let me know, because I'm thinking about doing that as a video. So yeah, if you want to see what it's like, what it takes to set up as an art show or at an art show as an artist, a couple tips for success. I can show you my setup, give you some advice that I've learned over the years. But if you want to know that, let me know in the comments. The old comments. So what we learn? Pieces come, pieces go. But one of the best things whenever you break something, when something doesn't go as planned, is you go and smash it. Nothing I love better than just taking some pottery that's like, nah, and just smash, smash, smash. I mean, get the camera out, slow-mo it, save it up, give it to people. I gave a pile of bisqueware to some people one time that somebody had left at the studio, and I was like, hey, go smash this in a dumpster or something. It's so fun to just go break things. So, it's not a total loss. If it messes up in the kiln, you can always go and smash it. Or they make great planners, but, it's more fun to just smash it. I guess it makes great content, too. That's another thing. Recycle it. You can always grab people's attention by smashing it for social media. People are like, why'd you break that? You're like, well, because, I have standards, and people appreciate that. All right, so this would be a little behind the scenes of something you've probably already seen. Got some water here, 1,000 grams. Cup of water here. Time lapse set up. Yeah, basically this is going to be for the clay, because basically the whole video is all about how it's just clay. So I've got this little guy, a piece that I threw. Really not happy with how those pieces came out, and they've just been sitting on the shelf for some reason because I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Let's hit that time lapse live. Grab our water. Oh, we gotta put a little bit of water in there so it doesn't completely float. So there's that. Yeah, this is frustrating. You're supposed to just be able to see part of it. Whatever, who cares? I'm sure it'll be fine because it's just clay, just like this whole video is about. Oh my goodness. I hope it doesn't mess up so bad. I don't know if you can see this or not. Maybe you can hear it. Do you see those bubbles? Yeah. Some crazy noises coming through. I don't know if you can hear it or not.
So that actually worked way faster than I thought it would. So I just dumped off the water, and I'm gonna dump it out and just show you the sludge that's left. I mean, it took like 15 minutes max for that to happen. So that's crazy. Come on now, you can focus. Do it, Bo. Do it. It ain't gonna focus. Yeah, gotta scrape that out. But yeah, that's what's left.
So why does it matter? What do you care? How does this angle make me look? That's really the real question. You tell I'm leaning far away. Does it help if I get close? Anyways, thanks for coming. Check out the videos. Check out the other videos I got. Like, subscribe, do all those good things. But yeah, these videos around here, they're good. I promise you. These are some good videos. Check them out. Good videos. Good video. Yo, come back and see me. Tell me what you want to see. I want to make some more videos. It's been a minute.